I'm Dan,
I'm Ryan.
and this is Bourbon Sauced. This week, we've got another bourbon for you. We're going to review the High West, but not just a normal High West. It's a finished bourbon, which is going to be interesting.
And it's blended.
So we're going to get a couple different weird ones out of this bottle, and it's got a nifty little sticker that says it's for the Bluegrass State only.
Yes, it is.
Batch 2. So
And-
I'm curious where batch 1 is and how different it would be from batch 1 to batch 2.
And I haven't found the mash bill for it, but judging from the fact that it's 117 proof,
Oof.
there might be a little thoroughbred kick therein.
Might kick you right in the teeth.
It just might.
I guess we'll have to saddle up and see what this one's all about.
Maybe this one will take us all the way to the finish line.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
I do like the color.
It
It's
does have
actually
a
got
nice
a
dark.
dark reddish amber kind of hue.
It is a mahogany color to me.
There we go. I would go with that.
Like a deep mahogany cherry look to it. And I'm betting because it was in a Cabernet cask, this is why it's got that dark hue to it.
I definitely like the color.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
I like the color.
Let's nose this a bit. Oh man, it's got a citrus kick right
Yep.
in the beginning for sure. I smell Cabernet. Obviously,
I get some vanilla.
I get a wine, grapey. Smells good though. I will say.
I get a little maple. Okay, I kind of want to taste this.
All right, let's
I'm
go
not gonna
ahead.
lie.
Go in for it.
Kind of looking forward to this. Maybe, hopefully.
Oh, this got an interesting mouthfeel. Because it's like as soon as it hit my tongue, it was like I had a Cabernet, but then it morphed from that, and it still tastes. It has a finish, a lingering like a Cabernet.
It's kind of tarty.
Yeah, right.
I definitely get some leathery notes.
I don't get any leather for mine.
I pick up towards the back end some leathery notes, but I definitely get a tart.
I get some tannins that you would pick up in like a wine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's like a raspberry. Like, you know how raspberries like the prickly, tingly sensation from a raspberry when you bite into a fresh one, like off the vine.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a blackberry, kind of.
Mm-hmm. I could see that, and definitely get a little bit of woody finish with it.
Yep.
I get like maybe a faint little bit of honey, but nothing like that's. Ooh, there's honey.
No.
It doesn't make me go Winnie the Pooh for the honey, but I can definitely tell there's a little bit there somewhere. Definitely some woodiness on the finish. I get a little bit of the note of the berryness that you're talking about. On the finish, the taste is definitely very at the beginning. Very, I guess I would say grapish, because I don't have the wine vernacular for that.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say some tart and some leatheriness on the taste.
I get a lot of the wine Cabernet coming through it. It basically drowns out any of the bourbon for me. But then as you drink more, that bourbon starts to kind of like punch its way through. Like, hey, I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't forget about me,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
I'll come in guns blazing.
It's like a thoroughbred. It might be punch out the gate, and then it just hammers on through.
Or it could be like another thoroughbred that starts off at the back of the pack and then it's like, hey,
I'm coming.
I'm
I'm coming for you.
coming for you. And then it just like the finishing line, that horse wins the race. And you're like, holy shit, that shocked me. I didn't think that old bastard was going to win that one.
I am enjoying the nose on it.
It's a lot different than I anticipated. I will give you that. I don't get anything that smells astringent. You know what I mean? Like it's not real ethanol-y. It's not real harsh.
Even for being very quick to uncork and pour this, there's not a high ethanol.
Yeah, and it being a higher proof.
There's not a real burn to it.
Speaking of coming out guns blazing, did you know, fun Western fact, Billy the Kid was left-handed?
I actually did know that.
And because of Winchester, we know that for a fact because of the way he had his holster on the left-hand side. So
I didn't know that part, but I did know he was left-handed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess there was a Winchester rifle that he used because of the way he used it, the lever action, it was made for a lefty.
Nice. I did not know that.
Yeah. It was a Model 1873.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, fun factoid for you guys. But I do get a lot of citrus for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like old fashioned when they take the citrus rind, the orange rind,
mm-hmm.
and they like match it on fire, and you get that like really tart but sweet scent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it smells like, mixed with like a grape that's been smashed underneath that with
It's almost like you did an old fashioned and then you muddled the grape in instead of a cherry.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
A few moments later.
Oh, now I get oak.
Yep.
Now it's oak forward.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
I don't pick up much else. All right, I'm going in for the taste.
I get a little bit of like a marmalade, like brownies, kind of like a brownie. That's interesting how it changed that smell.
I'm waiting to see your face.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's
a lot of Cabernet.
The tardiness really kicked up there.
That is a lot of Cabernet now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also a lot of oak.
Yeah.
Like I get a lot of oak and a lot of Cabernet.
It got really tardy for me there.
Uh-huh. Real naughty.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's a little taughty.
A little tarty.
I'd have to write a note to excuse it from school.
Because it's so tardy.
Because it's so taughty.
Yeah. I was waiting if you're going to hit that or not. Oh, man. That's so interesting. It smells a lot more like Cabernet now. It's really weird. And it's frustrating because even though it's finished, so now I know, like I'm expecting it to smell like however it was finished, right? So for most of you, as you pay attention, I get pissed off when it doesn't taste like it's supposed to for when they say it's a bourbon or whatever. But when they're finished, I expect it to taste like that finishing. And it does.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, okay, well, you absolutely hit it on the finishing. So I can't fault them for that.
No, you can't.
But then it's like, I want to smell more bourbon. So then it's like, do I fault them because I want to smell more bourbon? Or is it because, they hit the mark and I just don't dock them? So
I mean, it is very fair. It is very fair on that.
So, as we've sniffed it, we've tasted it, and we put a cube in it, and we did it again, let's go over our scores.
So, going down neat, I'm going to say smell, I was a 7.
Oh, shock. I gave it a 6.
Taste, I was a 7.
I gave it a 6 again.
Drinkability was a 7.
I gave it an 8.
And price point was a 5.
Ooh, I went with 4.
Share was a yes.
Also share.
Overall was a 6.5.
I was a 6 for neat.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, the price point.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with mine. The price point dropped it. On the rocks?
I went with a 6. I didn't have much of a change. Even though the smell did change, and I could smell more things,
Mhm.
I think it was still a fair smell. You know, the
Yeah.
aroma it's kind of balanced.
I did a 6 because for me, I lost a lot of the citrus and the other flavors I was smelling, and I
Yep.
got more oak and Cabernet only.
Mm-hmm. But it was strange to me that I got like a brownie smell.
Well, there was like a little bit of a chocolatiness, and I think with everything else,
Mm-hmm.
I could see where you could pick up a brownie. With
Yeah.
that little bit of chocolateness and some of the vanilla and the honey, like I
Mhm.
could totally see that.
Yeah,
If
it's
you really sat and thought about it, I would
it
bet.
was like the Ghirardelli brownies. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and those ones have like a real distinct, to me, smell.
What did you do for taste?
Oh, I dropped it to a 5 because it just got too Cabernet heavy.
So mine dropped from a 7 to a 6 because it was just too tardy for me.
Yeah, too retardy.
Too tardy for me.
Need to retardy it.
Should have showed up to class more.
What did you do for drinkability?
7.
Oh, okay.
It's still drinkable.
Yeah.
It's just the tartness.
I feel like
but I can't punish it when we know.
Yeah, I punished them though.
I mean,
I did.
we punished them on our
Yeah.
own personal choices, kind of thing.
And that's where I was struggling because I
Yeah.
was like, how much do I punish them? Do I not punish them? Because it's supposed to be a finish. So if you do dilute it, you're going to get more of the finish, which is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like predictability is high that as soon as I diluted it, I could absolutely taste the Cabernet. It was just like that floated it to the top and everything else was just kind of smothered. So I give it a 6.
100% is predictable.
Yeah.
Like you get what it says you get.
Oh, for sure.
So for me, drinkability, I kept it at 7 because it was drinkable. I can still enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's
drinkable
it's
for
a lip
sure.
smacker because after I drink it right now on ice, I'm like,
yeah, you want to like, okay, I'm getting different stuff now. Like,
yeah.
It's intriguing because of the fact that it is finished and it wows your taste buds and it throws them through a loop because you're like, whoa, all right, well, I get a little bit of this now. Oh, wait a minute, it's very complex. I would say that
It is, and I do enjoy it. Is it one of my tops? No, but I definitely enjoy it. Shareable.
Yeah, again, it's shareable, and whether it's neat or on ice, I said it's just straight across the board. I'd pour this for somebody,
Absolutely.
I'd put this.
If we could get it at MSRP, I would keep this.
I wouldn't do that.
I would.
I
keep
wouldn't
a
buy
bottle.
it again.
Now, I'm not saying I would. This would be something that's drunk continuously.
Yeah.
But this would be something I would break out, especially if I had somebody who was a big wine buff.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to give them a little nip into
or a
bourbon.
girl who loves wine.
Correct. So you want
but
to
you
try
don't have
bourbon,
wine. You're like, here you go.
right? And you don't like bourbon, honestly.
That would be good. That would be a good mix.
If you're trying
this
to
would be-
cross somebody over that is a wine drinker,
This would be good, like a dessert bourbon.
yes, it would. That's definitely on the nose right there. A good dessert bourbon.
Yeah.
Overall, neat was a 6.5 for me, and on the rocks was a 6.
Yeah. So I went from a 6 on neat down to a 5.25 because that price really hurts the overall score for me.
Yeah, it did.
With me giving a 4, that really brings it all down. But
So I will say, like with the other High Wests I've had, like they're nothing fancy.
no,
Right? But they are decent bourbons, at least the ones I've had.
yeah.
So this High West for me, I was not disappointed.
No, it met the mark as to what marketability. It's it's a cask finish, so to me it's like, oh, it hit the mark. It is definitely finished. You could absolutely tell that it was finished. More so than the IW Harper. The IW Harper, I think, does a better job of it being more of a subtle Cabernet.
I would say so.
Where this one is like a holy shit. It was sitting in a Cabernet cask for a minute, almost to the point of like maybe there was a remnants of Cabernet in that cask. That's how strong it is. But I don't know. I'd be curious to ask those folks over at High West, or maybe somebody knows. If anybody knows, and you can fucking put it in the comments, that'd be great.
I would also say, compared to the I.W. Harper Cabernet, that has a very, like you said earlier, a very rich red mahogany color.
Mm-hmm.
The I.W. Harper does not.
Right.
So you can tell.
There's a distinct difference.
And there's no wonder you picked up on the wine tannins and everything else in that.
Yeah, it's real Cabernet heavy for sure. Either way, this was a pretty decent bourbon. I wouldn't put this at the top of my chart. I'd put it somewhere in the middle. But if you guys like this and you want to see more of this, please subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. We enjoy doing this content for you guys. If you're not paying attention, we have the Patreon, which is case sensitive, capital B and capital S, in bourbon sauce, kind of like our hats with the giant BS. Same thing in the URL. So you got the big BS in bourbon sauce. But we also have merch. Check that out, bourbonsauce.com. And if you happen to stumble across maybe some of our affiliates, or what do we call those people?
Our brand ambassadors.
Brand ambassadors.
Yes.
That's the words I was looking for. If you find our brand ambassadors, you can get yourself a little nifty discount on our merchandise. But you got to go hunting as a homework assignment. I'll give you a clue. It's on TikTok, but you got to find them.
Mm-hmm. So, how you doing?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, buddy. We're getting our merch out there.
I'm just going to tell you.
People are buying it.
That dog will hunt, so get to it.
Yeah, we're going to make a shirt for our coming up. We're going to have some summer swag that's going to be different. So, pay attention. Keep following us. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, drink your favorite bourbon. Get sauced.
Cheers.